this off. Okay, so how deep was this press adding to my bench? 3/4 of an inch. So 5, 6, 5 3/4. I thought those were long enough. Nope, 5 1/2. So we're just short. So that means my circular saw is going to get a little job. Or maybe a sawzall or a handsaw or something. So let me get my measurements going and we'll make a quick cut. So bear with me, I gotta find my straight edge here. So I'm coming in a foot from the edge of the bench. 1 foot would be right there. Take this mark. There's my mark. I'm going to do the same thing here with this other mark. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove a little bit of this material here. Let's see, let's go in 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to cut this area out. That'll make it where my bolts can mount up. Now I need to find the tool. I'm going to use a jigsaw. So I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here or not. Okay. Now let's try to get this thing loosened up a little bit. Okay, and let's see what other kind of material we have to deal with. Look at that. Perfect. So I basically just took a little chunk out so that my bolts will fit. It's kind of embarrassing to have to do that to my bench, but it is what it is. So let's get these tools back and my vacuum cleaner. Clean up the mess that I made. That's one thing that I'm working on, is trying to keep things clean. I usually have sawdust everywhere and messes all over the place, but I'm trying to get better about that. Well, that turned out pretty good. So I got a good cut. I should have a good chance of mounting this thing now. So we'll put the 2 little bolts in the front. 1, 2, and let's go for these guys. Let's see how they mount. Yep, looks like they're going to mount just fine. I can see them in there. Yeah, perfect. So now I'm going to get my washers just like I did before. I'm going to get a 1-inch one and a smaller one. Put my lock nut there. Put one of these on each side. 3. Okay. Got that one. And let's see if this one will go. Looks like I gotta move this up a little bit and get it through here. So bear with me. Okay, looks like that big washer ain't gonna fit, so I'll just do away with it. I don't need a big one there. Don't have to have it, so we'll just go without it. Just put the little and get that bad boy mounted. And since I took the big washer off on that side, I'm going to do that on this side as well. That way it's at least uniform. So we'll pull that off, put these two back. Everything's going to be even. Okay. Now I need 2 more setups, and this is going to be for the front 2 bolts. I had 2 washers right there anyway. Okay, so these are going to go on the front 2 bolts. There's one thing I'm a firm believer of, and that's when you're going to mount something, you mount it solid. I don't believe in making anything just good enough. I like things being solid. And this actually worked out real well, the location of the press, because I have you can see these screw lines, I have a joist right underneath it, so it's going to be good as far as when I crank on the press, as far as leverage, because I got that vertical underneath it going real well. Okay, got those on. Now it's time to get my hand tools and do some tightening. Not quite sure what size I'm going to need. Looks like it might be 3/8 now. 5/16. 5/16 it is. So I'm guessing that the one on the bottom is going to be the same size. Now I'm going to grab another tool, and I'm going to grab my impact wrench, and this thing works really good for tightening bolts down. In case you're wondering about all these Makitas, I used to work for the Makita Tool Company briefly. Well, briefly, for 5 years I was there. It was a really good job, and I got some of the perks where I got the tools when they were on, you know, sales and things, so I was able to kind of capitalize on getting the tools and things. So that was kind of nice. How come that doesn't fit? Oh, no wonder, it's 3/8. Chose the wrong one. Okay, here we go. So, get this thing underneath. Start tightening these bad boys up. And it don't take a lot. It just, you know, you don't want to overdo it. You can hear by the sound of the tool when it's enough. friends, I believe we have a well-mounted press. And that didn't take too long, did it? That thing's not going nowhere. So it's got mounted really nice. I guess I could go a little more if I wanted to on this back one here, or excuse me, this front one. Let's fire that one up a little bit more. Just a little bit. Let's see what we got there. Perfect. Not that I needed it, but I know one thing, that press ain't going nowhere. So I'm happy with that setting. And that's how you mount the Dillon RL550B. I think I'm going to cut this video and I'll come back and we'll talk about setting this thing up. Hope you enjoyed the video.